everyone, and welcome to
The Movie House.
Today we want to talk to you about a movie from 1950 called Harvey, starring Jimmy Stewart. Want to tell them what the story is about?
Well, the story is about a man named Elwood, right?
Right, Elwood.
Elwood. And he has a special friend. He has a friend who's invisible. Nobody else can see him. And Elwood goes through life with his friend, and he lives a very carefree life. He doesn't work. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have children. And he spends his time in bars and taking walks and inviting people over for dinner that most people probably wouldn't invite over for dinner. And he's making life very, very difficult for his older sister and her daughter, who live at the family mansion with Elwood. And his invisible friend has made their social life they have no social life because they can't bring their friends over. And they're always concerned that Elwood and his friend Harvey are going to show up and ruin everything.
Right. And Jimmy Stewart, I've heard about this movie for a long, long time. In fact, you were in a play version of it in Columbus.
Yes. And I played Myrtle May, the daughter.
Right. I've never seen the play. I've never seen the movie. The play did very well on Broadway. Did very well as a movie.
And Jimmy Stewart played.
Right.
Both in London, too, I believe. Didn't he play in London as well? Because the lady who played his sister, they were in the play together as well.
I believe that's correct. Yes, they were both in the play together. A lot of people played his part in live theater before he did it. But yeah, he also did it for like 6 months straight and then got the movie made as well. And and it's a sort of a whimsical sort of idea. And like I said, it's a very popular show, a very popular movie. But for me, I didn't really enjoy it that much because this man is crazy. He is. He's insane. He's not a danger to himself or anyone else, but he is unhinged in this one respect. And the way his sister treats him is interesting. She's not mean to him overtly, but she eventually becomes convinced that she can't go on like this any longer.
Right. It's affecting her life and her daughter's life. Her daughter can't meet any eligible men. They can't have friends over. They can't. Yeah, their social life is null. They don't have any because of how he acts.
Right. So she arranges for her brother to be put away, and the interactions of the psychiatrist and the was the sanitarium people.
Yeah, that was kind of odd.
Their outlook towards their patients that you see through their interactions with Harvey and his sister and even each other is a little cuckoo's nest and not at all appetizing. And so if you like Jimmy Stewart or you like this character he's playing or both, you don't want him in this place.
No, you wouldn't want anybody in this place.
No,
not the way they treat
that's
them.
right. You wouldn't want anybody.
You wouldn't want
in
anybody
this place.
there because they're not very nice.
No.
To the people.
And they play some of it for laughs, like the orderly who ends up being the Maytag repairman in commercials in my youth in the 70s and 80s. I forget his name right now. We'll flash it up on the screen here in a second. It is cruel.
Yes.
He's downright cruel.
And rough, and he doesn't care.
Right.
He doesn't look at them as people. He just looks at them as crazies, and they need to be shoved and pushed and pulled and choked and made to obey.
Yeah.
And
So
whether they want to be there or not.
yeah. So overall, I didn't sit back and go, "Oh, this is just a wonderful, whimsical
Well,
story of
you know-
this eccentric." No, I'm like, "This is a really horrible story."
Well, I wonder about it now because the play to me was really funny. I mean, I did the play and it was really funny and fast paced. And this isn't fast paced, it's a different medium. So I wonder if it loses a lot of the charm I remember from doing the play in this medium, because film is not the same as a live action play. It's just not. And the play came first.
Yes. Well, that's a good point, because this is the time frame where farce and quick comedy is at its height almost, I would suspect. And for them to mess that up is shocking to me, because you're right. If it was a little quicker, or not a little quicker, a lot quicker. A lot more of people coming in and out of doors and misidentifications and all these sorts of things, it would have been much more enjoyable, because then you could have gotten more of a lighthearted tone from it. But from the slower pace that they did this movie at, it's not that at all. It's more of a sort of cautionary tale, in my opinion.
Right. Well, and the sister, the actress who plays the sister, you'll recognize her from Arsenic and Old Lace.
Right.
And that, I've done the play, and you've done the play.
Yes.
And the movie are both fast-paced and fun.
Right.
So whoever did Arsenic and Old Lace kept the fun from the play and made the movie the same way. And I think that's what happened, unfortunately, to Harvey, is they didn't keep the quickness. They didn't keep the lightness to it. Because and Harvey is a puka. So he does exist. He's a mischievous spirit, almost like a Loki. He's almost like a Loki. And why he attached himself to Elwood, we don't know. Elwood used to be a hardworking, sensible, dependable young man. He was the apple of his mother's eye. He was, like I said, he was dependable. He was going places. And all of a sudden, this puka shows up, and Elwood
hangs out in
and
bars.
He just hangs out in bars and he drinks.
Yeah.
And they don't really show it. They rarely show him drinking, but he's always doing his mouth. I don't know if you've known anybody who drinks a lot, that he's always like ready for the next drink. But he's generous. He's laid back. He doesn't work. And that's the thing too. And maybe it's a cautionary tale that they don't really delve into about when you're running the rat race and you burn out. And I think Elwood must have burned out from every expectation put upon him. And here now he doesn't care. Yeah. Not that he's enjoying life. He invites people over. He has cards. He gives here's my card. Have I given you one of my cards? He invites everybody over to their house for dinner. He's wanting to meet new people. He wants to hear their stories. Him and Harvey, they want to hear the stories. So there is a little bit of that too, and I don't think that shows as much in the movie maybe. Mm-hmm. It's thinking about it afterwards, that what do you do when you're burnt out from life? But maybe they just didn't do it very well in the movie about him getting rid of his stress. I don't recommend, I don't recommend drinking and getting drunk and taking up the lifestyle of a barfly to get rid of your stress. Right. But because he went to the extreme. He was one extreme and now he's the other extreme. Right. And everybody else is caught in the middle of it. But they all love him. They all love Elwood.
Yeah. And I thought it was, again, it's a fascinating idea about, is this Harvey real or is he imaginary? They kind of play a little bit both ways. They leave it kind of up to you to some degree. But yeah, didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I hadn't seen it for a long time. And I don't think I a little disappointed because I think still in my head, I remember the play. So, and this was a lot sadder and darker and not as whimsical and fun as I thought it was.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
No. But you can check it out, make the decision for yourself. If you get a chance to see the play, check your local high schools because it's still done.
Mm-hmm.
Check your local high schools, your community theaters. Encourage them to put on Harvey. It was, if I remember correctly, that was a fun, cute show.
Yeah, I can see if it's done right, it could be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it right in this movie,
No.
in my opinion.
Yeah. And Jimmy Stewart's wonderful. He's pretty much wonderful in everything he does.
I love Jimmy Stewart.
And the lady who plays his sister is, you'll have to get her picture and her name up there. She's fantastic.
Yes.
And she's great in Arsenic and Old Lace, so there's a plug for that one.
Okay. Well, that's it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye!